Get up and get going. You need to hurry, or else we will be late. Then a small little girl tracks off her skinny body from the hard wooden floor where she used to sleep. Stretches up her tiny little arms, say a little prayer, and smile as she listens to the movement of the clock's arms. Tick tock, tick tock. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and her day is about to start. Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished guests, fellow Toastmasters, fellow dreamers. That was a vivid memory of my childhood. I grew up in a far-flung barrio in the southern part of the Philippines. I'm the eldest of 7 siblings and was born to parents whose means of living is farming. Yes, they are farmers, but we don't own the land. They're laborers, and at the early age of 7, I used to be a laborer too. My mother was my alarm clock, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd have to be awake to stop to prepare for a long day of work. During weekends, or Christmas break, or summer break, you will never see me playing with other kids, but you will see me with my parents working hard under the scorching heat of the sun every day from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. With the 50 pesos earnings a day, that's less than 5 dirhams. We are all big smiles. That's enough for a family of 7 to survive one day. My childhood was not easy, but was it hard? No. I could not remember a day in my life that I complained about the kind of life that I have. I was full of hope, of enthusiasm and big dreams. Though I was a laborer during weekends and Christmas breaks, I was consistent first honor student till I graduated in my elementary years. So by the age of 12, I left home. I moved from the lofty mountains to the lowly seas. I have to stay with my grandparents because there's no secondary school in our place. Being the only grandchild who stays with them, I was pampered with love and care. My grandparents didn't have much in life too. We lived in a small hut made of bamboo near the sea, without electricity. My grandfather was a fisherman and my grandmother was just a plain housewife. Granddaughter, wake up! Hurry! The water will rise up early today. Get up! My grandmother was my alarm clock that time. Since we are living in a far-off place and we'll have to cross a river that's connected to the seas, my grandmother used to monitor when it's the high tide. Well, she made sure that I don't have to swim going to school. Well, she knows that I don't know how to swim. In order to support my studies, I needed to help my grandparents. I remember going with my grandfather and fishing. If we're lucky enough, then I will have fish in my lunchbox. And if it's not, well, I'll still have fish, but a dried fish. And in order to have money for the bicycle fare every day, I needed to sell food at school, like boiled banana, boiled sweet potato, or just anything that my grandmother cooks. My adolescent stage was not easy, but it was easy. It was not difficult for me. Was I bullied at school for selling boiled banana? No. Rather, I was admired for my perseverance and hard work. In fact, I have a lot of admirers. Our situation never hindered me from achieving my dreams. The fact that we didn't have electricity was never a hindrance. It was never my excuse for me not to make my assignments or study my lessons during exams. My hard work paid off. I graduated the class of valedictorian of our batch. Too bad. My grandmother is no longer there. Put on my medal. But she died when I was only third year high school. Due to heart attack. That was a sudden death that we all didn't expect. So how did I survive after that? Well, it's another long story, but to cut it short, I moved on with my life. I pursued my dream to have a degree, and so I took up a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. I was very blessed for having been granted an academic scholarship in one of the state universities of the Philippines, so I didn't have to pay my tuition fees. The only challenge was where to get money for food and other necessities. And so, was it difficult? Of course not. I'm a survivor, you know. And so, I became again a working student, like a maid by day and a tutor by night. That stage of my life was too difficult. And there were many times that I thought of giving up. But I always tell myself, no, giving up is not an option. And so, even if I'm tired and sleepy, sick and weary, I would always hear myself say, wake up! If you want to make your dreams come true, wake up! My dear friends, I always wake up from my dreams. And I think it was only by the time that God showered good, pious, and responsible men that I was fast asleep and was not able to wake up. When we wake up in the morning, we have two choices. Either we go back to sleep and dream dreams, or get up and chase up those dreams. I am so glad that I always chose the latter. Right now, there's nothing more that I ask for. I'm now living in the realization of the dreams that seemed impossible to all. I am now a certified public accountant, a certified management accountant, and soon to be a certified internal auditor working for the world's largest express transportation company. My parents are still farmers, but they own hectares of land now.
Oh.
My grandparents may have not seen my success, but I know that wherever they are right now, they're very proud of whom I have become. My dear friends, I didn't have much in life. All that I have was the determination to pursue my dreams, the drive and passion to do the things that I want to do, no matter how impossible they may seem. And I have a loving family and angels up there who inspire me to be the best that I can be. Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become. And the best way to turn those dreams into reality is to wake up! Over to you.